Hi and welcome to the Unquendor Guitars workshop. My name is Daniel and let's continue where we left off last week by doing the wire inlay alongside the edges of the fretboard. For the first time I might have bitten off more than I can chew on this guitar, or made a little judgment error. After doing the Celtic braid inlay on the 12th fret and setting in the radius of my fretboard, I thought it would look very cool to have a Celtic braid all the way along the fretboard by doing a wire inlay. And usually wire inlays are pretty straightforward. You just grab a piece of wood, a small little chisel or a punch, and just punch in a groove by hand, and then do your wire inlay. Pretty straightforward. And I did some test pieces on mahogany, on black limba, and even on an offcut of a fretboard, a piece of ebony, and it all worked pretty fine and it looked great. But as soon as I started working on this fretboard, I realized this fretboard, this ebony, is insanely hard, and it's near impossible to punch in the lines by hand. So yeah, I have to use a small little chisel and a hammer and really engrave these lines in by hand, because yeah, unfortunately I've looked, but I can't find any router bits fine enough, 0.4 of a millimeter or 0.5 of a millimeter, to fit my Dremel. So yeah, this will take a long while, but I hope it will be worth it in the end. This fretboard is incredibly hard to work with. It's so immense hard. It's almost like slate, the grey stone. It's incredibly hard, and as soon as you drive a little chisel in it, it flakes off little bits and pieces. So doing the very tight corners in this wire inlay is incredibly tough to do. And I tried to use a router bit. I managed to find 1/2 mil router bits and even a bit bigger, but as soon as they touch the fretboard they just shatter, and a router is unusable unless it's for the bigger wire. But yeah, anything less than a millimeter just snaps off straight away. And yeah, it's taken me about 20 hours up until this point, and luckily I'm down to the final bit. So yeah, let's struggle on for just a couple of hours more. Yeah, and let me know in the comment section down below if you think it's worth spending this amount of time on a wire inlay like this. Here we go. I'm pretty pleased with how this wire inlay turned out, and I also prefer the hand-drawn and handmade look and feel of the inlay, and I always prefer the hand-drawn style of Celtic braids over a Celtic braid done on a computer. I always think the computer-drawn Celtic braids are a little bit too tight and a little bit too neat, to be honest. So I really prefer this look and feel. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think and if it's worth all the effort I put into this wire inlay. And while you're down there, if you like this video, please consider leaving a like. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, you can also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload something new. Yeah, next week I will show you how I did the headstock veneer and the inlay. And presumably I'm going to start with the fret work as well. So I hope to see you all there, but until then, have a nice week.